from yourself. Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Laptop.
Welcome back to the show, a new episode by Karma Foundation and Ahmedabad Book Club, where author speaks with the viewers with a new book, with a new subject. Welcome to one and all my viewers. Today, I, Kosha, Secretary of Ahmedabad Book Club, would like to welcome Mr. Indranil Roy, who is an author and will be conversing with us today on his three books, The Man Behind the Desk, Life After 8/11, and Stranger She Never Met. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Kosha. It's a privilege to be a part of it.
Okay.
Hello, you can
Mr.
hear me?
Indranil Roy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. He is a teacher by profession and passion. So definitely he can read people and shape their future apart from being author. Basically, he loves words. That is what I feel. And he has written three books. Of the recent one is Stranger She Never Met, which is a fiction, kind of suspense fiction. Am I right, sir?
Yeah, it's a thriller. It's my first thriller.
First thriller. Okay, great. So
Yeah.
tell us, sir, teacher, apart from parents, plays a very important role in shaping a child's future. Correct? Teachers should. There are teachers who go beyond their level or beyond their stretch, and for the development and security of their students. So tell us your journey first of all as a teacher, then a writer, author.
Okay. To be honest, I would like to say that I never wanted to be a teacher. Rather, I never imagined myself as a teacher when I was in school. I always wanted to become
Oh,
a journalist. I
okay.
became a teacher by accident, and
Acha.
it was during my first year in college. I started taking a few classes from here and there in order to back myself up and back my family. And then, as
Okay.
it went on, that I started liking the profession. I started liking around the kids, started liking around them, and it was something great. And
Okay.
as time passed, I gradually molded myself into a teacher. I'm not sure how good a teacher I am, but I molded myself into something that can be called a teacher.
Okay.
And whatever I am today, to be honest, I owe everything to my students because they
Great.
gave me confidence. They gave me the boost up, and something that I got from them, and through my work and through my different endeavors, I try to pay back something, and whichever to any point I can, and that's the aim of my life. I rather think myself as a teacher than an author, but yeah, teaching is my profession at present, but writing is my passion. I've been writing
Passion.
for, I guess, class 7 or 8, and I took up
Oh,
seriously writing after my students backed me up. They backed up a few
okay.
stories of mine, they loved it. Then I thought, okay, let's try for a novel. And then came the first novel, The Man Behind the Teacher's Desk.
Okay. So they gave you incidences and stories which you can view, which you can weave in your writing.
No, not in that way. The fact is that first a few short stories, uh, I posted it, they loved it. They said, you can write a novel, sir. So I never thought
Okay.
of it. Uh, it went on. My first novel, The Man Behind the Teacher's Desk, was based around a teacher. It was a life of a teacher. And somehow it helped me a lot because I have a few first-hand experiences. I'm not saying I just quoted experiences or exactly represented experiences of my life, because in that case, I should have been having at least three girlfriends, serious girlfriends, and I have been often questioned. But the
Understood.
first book talks about three serious girlfriends, and I don't have so. And often I have been questioned after the first book got published. My students said that, sir, you had three girlfriends, one of them died. I said, no, my dear, I never had. It's just a book. Just a book. It's a fiction. Take it as a fiction. Yeah, it may be the representation of a life of a teacher, but it's just a book.
It's
Take it as
not,
a book.
it's not your
So
life. You can
my
say.
first book was yeah, my first book was from a very comfort zone of mine,
Correct.
from a teacher's point of view, from a teacher's test,
Hmm.
and it worked. My students liked it. First of all, my students liked it. Some of the reviews liked it, but then again, I was too excited with my first book, and I neglected the editing part. And
Hmm.
I just was let down a bit by my editor as well. I should not be saying this still. And the problem really was never with the story. The problem was with the editing, as it was said by the different reviewers. But the story was excellent,
Okay. Okay.
and everyone said it was a different kind of a story. And from there
Correct.
onwards, when I got into serious writing, I always tried to go out of my comfort zone. My first book was within my comfort zone, The Life of a Teacher. Next book onwards, I was never in my comfort zone. I always find out something. I never wanted to, or I never do want to stick to a specific genre. I would like to
Right.
experience different genre and try to do things in a different way. Let's see how it
Correct.
goes.
So that 811, a life after 811 is out of your comfort zone. And the new book, Stranger She Never Met, that's totally your first fiction book.
No, The Man Behind the Teacher's Desk and Decoding Life Post 811. That was a second book, Decoding Life Post 11. Both of them were
Okay.
fiction, but
Okay.
both of them
Thriller.
were sort of a romantic fiction to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Strangers She Never Met is the first thriller of mine, and thriller is
Hmm.
something that I personally like. I personally don't like to read all this romantic fiction, romantic. I hate them. To be very honest, I don't like it. They don't interest me. I
Okay.
them so fiction, thriller, mystery is something that I love to read.
That you like. Okay.
First two books I tried to read. Yeah, first two books I go on a different route. First one, as I said, from my a few of them were from my personal experience. However, it's not an autobiography specifically to the students who are watching here. It is not an autobiography of mine.
So
Second book,
your female
uh,
friends, so your
decoding.
female friends will be happy that you don't have three girlfriends or either one girlfriend also. You're clarifying to
See,
them
I'm
first
not
of all.
sure how. Yeah, I'm not sure female about female fans. Whatever. Fact is that Decoding Life Post 11 was from the very fact, whatever we had seen.
Right.
The 811, the
Demonetized.
demonetization, the day of demonetization, and whatever happened afterwards, it was all about it. I
Hmm.
still remember the day while returning from my school and all that people standing in front in queue before the ATMs and all that. And
Correct.
just out of joke, I had a conversation with I was having a conversation with my friend, and it was just out of joke. I said that just think of those people or those couple who would decide to just run away today with the money, and tomorrow they would end up having nothing. So they have perhaps have had money with them, 500 rupee note and 1,000 rupee. They might that's the
Mhm.
big there's a
Mhm.
bigger bills we have. So perhaps they have run off with a few money, and when they wake up today, they'll find it's of no use. Their life is going to be in a mess. That was a
Obviously.
joke, and that's precisely that's the beginning of the story.
Mm.
That's where the story
Similarly.
begins of mine as well. And
Okay.
I just see I tried to be a student of literature. We were always taught that literature reflects life. Literature reflects society as well. And
Society. Correct.
I have always tried through my work to reflect society. Decoding
Right.
Life Post 811 was all about that. The troubles, the
Mm.
traumas people had, and all sorts of things that was not supposed to happen, but they happened. I'm not getting into any political debate whether demonetization is right or wrong, but still, there was suppose. things that were not supposed to happen, but they happened.
This happened. So that book also depicts three friends who stick together in all the mess they have after demonetization. So that also depicts how important the friendship is. Your that book.
Yeah, definitely. See, the friendship that we have there, one of them was an AIDS patient, and as we know that somehow we have extreme prejudice against them,
True.
and the
Taboo
story
topic.
is all about that. How it's an
Yeah,
extreme taboo in our society.
extreme taboo in the society.
We
Yes.
don't
We
even
don't.
think how it yeah, how it might have happened.
Correct.
So, and what the person goes through as he dies every day, as he waits for death every passing day. Now, it was, as I said, it was one such time when he doesn't have the resources. He doesn't have anything. His parents died recently, and the story is all about mess. It was utter mess, and the only way they could have survived was by standing together. They stood together, and the rest is in the story how they uh, went on combating the social evils and all that. One of the characters is the central character. Arjun is a central character who went
Yeah.
on combating everything, and the rest play the supporting cast. And obviously, you don't unless you have a support, you don't go on. So
You
Arjun
don't
plays
go.
a main role, but rest are equally important there.
Right. So that book also depicts three friends. Generally हमारे में वो कहावत होती है ना कि तीन कभी दोस्त नहीं रह सकते, इधर उधर चुगली होती है. And two of them were boys and one girl. Again, a taboo topic of our society that boy and girl cannot have plain friendship. So tell us something about it. How did you manage to write in your book about
See, if you believe in Bollywood, a man and a woman can never be friends.
it?
Yeah, Bollywood has taught us that a man and a woman can never be friends. But think of it: is it reality? You might have
But
had
in
friends.
reality,
You might have friends,
I don't
male friends. I have friends who are women. So it's not always about having. It's not that you have a friend who is a male. For you, it's a man, and you are in love with a man because Bollywood says a man, लड़का और लड़की कभी दोस्त नहीं हो सकते. So it's not that. So they can be friends.
but society never takes it that way.
The society,
That's where it's a problem.
that's the problem. To a society, it's still a man and a woman. If they are walking together, if they're talking together, they must be
They,
having some relationship. And God
yeah.
knows why. Why
Why?
am I
Exactly.
not? Why am I not allowed to talk to someone? May not. I may be talking about anyone.
Hmm. Hmm.
I may be talking shit with her, but still,
That's your lookout or
that,
your life.
that's my life. I'm supposed to do. It's entirely my purview. Whatever I'm doing, that's entirely up to me.
Perfect.
Why should I be going with Bollywood notion that a man and a woman can never be friends? Come on, they can be. And that book,
We can.
yeah, we can be. Me and you can
Yes.
be friends. No issues with that. And
Correct.
it's no strings that it's always about that. See, that story talks about how they stick together. Had they not
Exactly.
stuck together, they would have never survived. They survived in a different way, but then again, they needed to
They
stick
survive.
together. And those two boys,
That book
it was not again a triangle. In Bollywood, once again, we are somehow been stuck to
exactly.
Bollywood. A
It's
triangle
always
love story. It's not always a triangle love story. It's not always that me and my
but
friend we are supposed to like the same lady. It's not that. Come on,
it's not.
we have a separate test. We can have a separate test in one, and we can like separate women. What's the issue?
Correct.
I
So you dealt with two taboo topics in it. One is the boy and girl can be friends, and the three of it need not always be a triangle, and even the AIDS, the other taboo part of the society in your book with the life after demonetization, 811, basically.
yeah.
Okay.
Apart from that, there was one sensitive issue, which
Okay.
is there at the end. It deals with euthanasia. Okay, and why and how that is to be known
That
when you read the book. That I believe
correct.
is far more important than dealing with a man and a woman relationship.
Then everything.
Euthanasia is far
Correct.
more important than all that. So to me,
Yes.
man and a woman relationship doesn't matter there as much as it matter euthanasia. Euthanasia is a more
Mm.
of a sensitive issue than any of the issues that we have talked about.
Any of these. Yes. Agree. Sir, a teacher is always, said to be a good storyteller or a story narrator. So tell us something, some incident about you in this past 11 years with your student. How are you as a story narrator? Any incident or something?
See, I can't say any specific incident, but uh, I'm an average storyteller, to be honest. If when it comes to a class, I'm an average storyteller, and there are far better storytellers than me in class. What I
What
try to
can
do, what I try to do is that I try to uh, get it from their point of view. I try to mix with them. I try to present it the way they would have liked it. See,
exactly?
literature, you can have it in a very orthodox manner with all the what should I say, figures of speech and all that. Something you can just bombard the students with all the figure of speech on and everything, or you can just present it simply to them. Once they understand it, you can analyze. Okay, this is that, and then those are these things. So I take the second approach, and that's often makes me an average teacher, because there are other teachers who can go along with the orthodox pattern, the way a literature or a piece of literature is to be taught. But I like the different in a different way. I like the way as a student I would have liked it. I think myself as a student, I would have liked it. I try to present it that way.
Even after years, we do remember those stories or incidents which a teacher has narrated rather than the entire
Yeah,
literature part.
yeah.
So yeah,
we
that's
we focus we
perfect
remember the stories. That's what I focus on, the stories part.
stories.
the the stories part. I focus
Okay.
on story part.
Yeah, today's education system, sir, it teaches how to compete, how to win, how to survive, but it fails to teach how to survive when life is at low. And then all this suicide, depression, everything, anxiety, violence, everything takes up. So what is your say on it? Shouldn't that all be a part of the education system rather than making a student only competitive and winning approach or being perfect? Rather, we are being taught to be perfect. We are not taught to accept our imperfection or our flaws.
Yeah, you say the word first. The last part of it is the answer. We
Okay.
the first of it, we should be well aware of our imperfections. We should be first of all well aware of our limitations. Leave alone imperfections, limitations.
Correct.
Now, education teaches us that, and there I'm not saying we don't teach it in school. Every teacher tries to make the students aware as to what they're capable of. Competitiveness, yeah, you have to be competitive today, otherwise you're not going to survive. Because
That is
at the
a
end of the day, you have to be competitive. But then again, if you want to be over competitive, that ends up in depression. That's where you need to understand what you are capable of, your limitations. First of all, we need to understand our limitations. See, had
correct.
if I have decided that okay, I'll be doing a master's in mathematics, I would have never passed the 12th grade, and I never did that because mathematics is not my cup of tea. Even if my parents went on putting a gun on my head, okay, so you have to do mathematics. I've been okay. You just fire the gun. That would be better. The suffering would have been better. I would the suffering would end here rather than suffering for the rest of my life. I would rather die here. There is no issues. You just go on, you pull the trigger.
One time.
I know
Correct.
I
So
a person should be knowing his limitations. The moment you don't know your limitations, that's the moment
correct.
you go on trying to overreach, and that results in depression. So
Depression. Okay.
so in see, and as far as you said, show off. You say that
Hmm.
the teaching business is often of a show off and then something of that sort. So what's not a show off? See, both of we are here. I have dressed myself. You have dressed yourself. Come on, we all want to look good at the end of the day. Whether it's a teaching
We
business,
all
whatever,
want
we
to show.
everyone shows off in some way or the other.
Correct. That
Some way
is
or the other.
okay. But then similar at the similar path, they have to even teach today's education system that when we are low at the life, we are low in the life, how we should accept it and how we should react or how we should live. That suicide, depression, or violence is not the option at that time. That's what I meant by showing off.
Okay, fine. See, first of all, I would like to say that the problem is that our education system is not equipped with that. To be very
Hmm.
honest, our education system is not equipped with that. And when I say our education, trust me, no education system in the world is equipped with that. There is no
Okay.
curriculum that can cover it. Violence is
Okay.
not taught in school. The school doesn't say that
Yeah.
okay, if you're not scoring well, you get into depression. What can be done is it's
Hmm.
a teacher's duty, it's a parent's job is to look after the child when he or she is in trouble, when he or she is at low. You're
Yeah.
supposed to
Yeah.
you're The vigilance of a teacher and a vigilance of parents is what that can reduce all this kind of suicide and all this kind of what you say violence and all that.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
vigilance is there. So we don't have that kind of equipment. We don't have that
Agree.
sort of a curriculum in India. I'm not sure. Even in US, we don't have that. Otherwise, US would have not had all those high rate of
Hmm.
violence.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. Okay, sir. You have portrayed in your book four different women in four different ways. Okay, one of which is very bold, and she can speak out whatever is true. She can stand up for the right. But as in our society, such girls are generally judged as bigdi hui ladki, that girl is out of line or bad girl. So why is that a woman or a female should always be perfect, perfect, good? Why that other dark part is always hidden in literature or in any media, any terms of media?
See, the first thing is that our society wants us to be perfect. Everyone they want us to be seen in all our perfection. We somehow fight shy of anything that is imperfect. And the problem is that if we are always wanted to be perfect in terms of behavior, and there are some very stereotype images of a woman in our society, that should not have been there, because I believe that a woman is supposed to be allowed to lead her life as a man should be. And all that part, see, when we have a, as I said, we have a stereotype, and the moment a lady diverts from that stereotype, we say that she is different, and then we go on with different accusations there. And that is supposed to
Using
end, and
everything.
that should be ending. Yeah, as I just said, big hierarchy and all that. So that should be ending there. And I'm not saying it is not ending, but it is taking time, and
It is
uh,
taking.
it's taking a bit too much of a time. And I'm going to say that it's going to take the next 50 years as well, because Indian society is too orthodox and it's too slow moving. It's moving at a snail's pace. But then again,
Too orthodox.
too
Too
orthodox, yeah.
orthodox today. If a man says that I want to celebrate my win with my success with a drink, it is okay. But the moment a girl says that, she is like judged with all different kind of labels in the
Yeah, obviously,
society.
yeah.
Even, yeah, so that part of the girl is always kept hidden in any media. Yeah, it will take time. It is changing, but it will take time.
Yeah,
Okay, one.
we just shout of equality. We say equality. It's a good word to hear. We just everyone, a man or a woman, we just go on with
Hmm,
equality. But then again,
hmm,
somehow we lack the feel of it. Equality, which sounds good,
That's
we go on shout, we go on and ranting with that. But somehow we need to understand that equality, what equality means, let's understand it first, then say we are treating them equally.
then correct. So, second thing, we teach our girls to be okay. Before I ask you something, there is one query from Ajitab sir, author Ajitab Bose. Sir, first of all, thank you for watching the session and being online. So true, Indranil sir. I'm your biggest fan. Please take my name once. सर क्या यार आप खुद ले लो नेम हमारा.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Aditya Bosch. I am extremely grateful to have at least some fan of mine. Yeah, it's good. Thank you.
No,
I
no,
hope
I'm
you.
sure you might be having many fans, sir. Okay,
Yeah,
so what we were talking is, on one hand, we teach our girl child to be strong. On the other hand, all those labels, if she gets bold and if she stands up for her right or truth. So tell us your views on it. Isn't it two different things that a girl has to face and we confuse her?
the fact is, the way we say a girl to be strong and the way we say a man to be strong, the same word we say, use the same verbatim, but somehow even the mother says it in different ways, and that's a
Agree.
tragedy. That's a
Agree.
tragedy. That's a tragedy.
That's
If even a mother says it in different ways, when she says that to her boy that okay, be strong, and when she says her girl to be strong, perhaps she wants her boy to fight with the society and end up as a victor. And when she says her girl to be strong, she often tells her girl, okay, you just manage with it, somehow get in
let
terms
go of
with it.
each one.
Yeah, let go of
Agree.
something. That
Agree.
is what I say an irony.
Correct.
The mindset is supposed to be changed, first of all, from our mothers as well. Why not from the, see,
Agree.
we say that the mothers are the pillars. Come on, let our mothers change a bit. Why is it that even the
Yeah.
mother says, okay, if even the mother is going to say that, okay, my dear, just take it, let's say, take it easy, don't do this, your brother is supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do this, you're that friend of yours, he's a man, he can do this, you're not supposed to do it, as you said, drinking and going out of for party. Yeah, there are, our
Yeah.
society is not without evil. There's no doubt about it, our society is
Yeah.
full of evils, and which
Hmm.
society isn't?
Hmm.
But
Every society is
yeah, there are certain social maladies that are there, and we have to combat. Come on, if a man can combat it, a girl can too.
girl can.
Unless we provide them with the due backup, it can't be. Then again, I
Right.
repeat that the society is changing. Equality is setting in. It's too slow to set in, but it is setting in.
Second. And sir, again, you say evils. There are every society has evils. I find that even sometimes females pull legs of each other. They are jealous of each other's. Even in male, but in male, there are less such incidences. So, what do you have to say about it?
See, when it is male, we call it competition, and when it is among women, we call it pulling legs. That's the issue. You said it yourself. You said it
So,
yourself.
okay, I
You,
need to change my
you,
mind.
yeah, yeah. Your point of view, you yourself expressed your biasness. Sorry, but that's a fact. When it's among men, we say competition. Come on, they are competing among between each other.
No,
And when it's say okay, they are pulling legs. No, the fact is we are,
even in male, there is pulling
yeah,
legs,
that
but
that's
it's
yeah.
quite new.
It goes on, but then again, we have to change our perspective. We have to change our perspective in different ways. Otherwise, pulling legs and
Correct.
competition, they are the two different words. They mean the same. But for girls, we
They
say
mean
pulling
this.
legs. For men, we say competition. That's the point.
That shouldn't be there actually. And
Yeah,
even
definitely.
girls, yeah, why they should be jealous of other girl moving ahead to them on their
If
if she's moving ahead on her merit basis.
if you have
Okay,
the metal, you can. No problem.
yeah, why you need to even pull down others, be it male or female, anyone? Why you need to do that? Sir, May 1st is in USA is celebrated as Loyalty Day. Okay. But in India, loyalty, trust, and love are the most misused words and feelings. Tell us your book, Stranger. She never met.
Met.
Always
Strangers she never
talks about. Uh, she never met. Yeah, it talks about loyalty, trust. So tell us something, your views on it, and something little about that book, Strangers. Which T-shirt you are wearing? Hashtag Strangers. Tell us something
Yeah,
about
the
that.
fact is that see, if I say today, I trust you, how and how viable will it be? I hardly know you for long. It has not
We
been
have.
long that I know you. It is just we say it just out of gesture today. But the fact is, trust, loyalty, love, these are the gentlest of the feelings and gentlest of what I should say the emotions and the foundation of a society as it should be. Now, somehow we have started using it for nothing at times. My story, Strangers She Never Met, is somehow based on its loyalty to country, loyalty to certain humanity, we should say. I'm not going to say about religion because I'm not that good a person to talk about religion, because there are certain issues with that. Because I don't think loyalty to a certain religion makes you a good man. What makes you a good man is loyalty to to human beings,
Human.
not to a
Yeah.
religion. So if you my story, Strangers She Never Met, it talks about your loyalty to your country, your loyalty to a person, your loyalty to human beings, and obviously it deals with several other things. It talks about how a girl finds out about a terrorist attack to be happening in the country or in a certain place, and she goes on informing the authority about it and falls under different situations, and how she survives along with the help of a disgraced police officer. It's a story that has different uh, breakups, that has different high points, different low points, and I think it's a mystery which is better to be read than to be discussed here.
Obviously. So it deals even with the trust, that she trusts different authorities and tells at different
Yeah,
level.
unless you
Loyalty and trust.
yeah, unless you trust something, it can be a person, it can be an idea, it can be different ethics, and it can be yourself as well, your own abilities as well. So trust has to be there. Whatever you do, trust has to be there, honesty has to be there. That's a basics.
Ideally, we forget to trust ourselves and our instincts these days.
Yeah.
That's what is the last thing we go. We trust and we seek approval from others, but we forget to trust our instincts these days.
Unless we are approved, we think, okay, we have not done well. That's a problem.
Agree.
We need
Yeah,
approval sometime, somehow or the other.
yeah. So the merits of loyalty are often debatable. That topic is itself, that feeling itself is debatable. Anyone who has been betrayed will talk that it is, like walking on the edge of the sword. And anyone who has gained it, or needs a real friend, will talk that no, loyalty is very rare quality which you see in a person, or it is the hardest thing which to be given and taken. So share your views on it, sir. Is it misplaced loyalty or misspelled? How it is?
See, everything has its own positive and negative side.
Huh.
There is no doubt about it. You just can't deny the shadow and
Correct.
only have the light. If you have the light, you will have the shadow.
Yeah,
So you just have to accept that there are shadows. There, it can't be light everywhere. So the fact remains that there are people who are loyal, and then there are people who are disloyal. There are people who are going to who are never going to breach your trust, and then there are people who are just waiting to breach your trust, and they are just waiting for the right opportunities. Often we say
correct.
that my friend has gone against me and has done things that can't be even even said. Yeah, often our friends breach our trust. And when a friend breaches the
Hmm.
trust, that's the toughest part, because they know everything about us. They know our weak points. They know where we are strong. So when a friend turns
Hmm.
against you, they are the toughest enemy.
Agree.
But then again, the fact is, if are we supposed to just to somehow stay away? The social distancing that we're maintaining, come on, it can't be there in life. It's just for social distancing. Can be the emotional distancing. You can be socially distant from a person, but you just can't stay emotionally distant. You have to be at
True.
least with someone. You have to be talking to someone.
Huh.
You need to be sharing yourselves. You just can't box yourself out.
Obviously,
All of
we all
us
are
need,
social animals.
we
We
just,
need someone or the
yeah,
other in
we
life.
need to talk to someone at least.
Yeah, of course. So what do you have to say on a breakup of not the love affairs but the friendship? Uh, I feel that when there is breakup among friends, it too has the very it hurts a person a lot like a breakup in the love affair.
Yeah, which breakup doesn't hurt? Love affair hurts, the friendship hurts. See, breakup is meant to hurt you. Yeah, when as I say, when friendship hurts, when friendship breaks, sorry, if it is a long friendship, it's a year long friendship, or often decade long, often childhood friends. If they turn against you, if there is a breach, or if there is a breakup, it hurts a lot, because somehow you feel a vacuum. Somehow you feel
Yeah,
that you are in a space where you don't have anyone to back you up. The same happens when there
correct.
is a breakup between two persons who are in love for long.
Correct.
Eventually, any breakup puts you in a state of insecurity, puts you in a state of
Right.
vacantness. You feel vacant, you feel a bit too alone at times, and this is one of the most toughest times in life. And this is the time where
Correct.
you need to collect yourself properly, otherwise you can go anywhere. This is the time where you can go just out of track. So
So the first person to show loyalty and trust should be your own self. Then only you'll be able to gather yourself for any
first of all, yeah,
incidences.
you have to be in control of yourself first. Whatever come what the
Mhm.
situation come, whatever the situation is, first of all you have to be in control of yourself. Troubles will be there,
Correct.
there will be breakups, there will be different things in life, but all that you need to do first is to trust yourself.
Right. Sir, 11 years of teaching journey. You have been teaching different grades of students. Uh, Tell us any such incident where you went some out of the box or out of your way to help or protect a student. The way some little thing depicts in your book, the man behind the desk. Any such incident?
See, if I say there is nothing, that would be lying. If I quote a specific incident, that would be bragging. uh, what I would say is that, see, there have been incidents where I have always tried to stand by my students. I won't be quoting any specific incident, but there have been several incidents where I have found my students in at a low due to different reasons, due to their personal reasons, due to their performance and all that. And I have always used different means to stand by them. Often we say that don't use WhatsApp, don't use Facebook, and all that. But I have
Hmm.
found it to be of good use, because
Okay.
uh, it helps me to communicate with them. I communicate with them at times, or they communicate with me whenever they're required to. And I try to provide them with solutions. I'm not going to say solutions in the proper way, but I provide them with my opinion, which if they find good enough, they implement it. And most of all, what I try to do is to provide them with the emotional backup. They know that at
Hmm.
any point of time I am there by their side. And I think
Right.
if I say, okay, just think I am there, trust me, I'm there by your
Hmm.
side,
Hmm.
that helps a lot.
I love.
And they,
Yeah, then
yeah, and they know that I'm there by their side. And I think
yeah,
that does
that
good.
matters.
that
Correct.
matters.
They know that somebody is there to listen or somebody is there to back up. So that itself boosts their confidence.
Yeah, it was. I believe
Yep.
so, at least.
Okay, we have another question. Uh, Sir, your student are also your fan.
Okay, she is one of my students. Yeah, thank you, Ria. She's actually Ria. Yeah, thank you. Yes, if they are
Okay,
fans, that's great. If they are fans of mine, yeah, actually, it's something that I cherish. See, I've been teaching, as I say, 11 years in school, and prior to that, 5 years as well. I've been teaching since 2004, so it's 16 plus years,
16
and
plus years.
I have memories that I cherish, and there are bad memories as well. Why won't there be? But then again, just let them go, let them pass. I only keep the positive side. I look at the very positive side of life. There is no need to look at what has gone wrong.
Correct. And like, sir, what do you see our country? You said that there is. Okay, we have another question, another comment.
No
Hello,
question.
sir.
No,
I am also your
no
fan.
question. These are students. These are students of mine. They've started now popping up. Yeah, Soda Prabhu, thank you for that.
Good, they all are watching. Yes,
I
sir,
believe
you
some of
have
them are watching.
saved me once. There is someone who would like to thank you that you have saved him once.
Yeah, I'm
Your
not sure
student.
how, but okay, thank you for that.
Okay, but what I was asking is that you said we are no education system is equipped to teach student feelings, but don't you think that we should have before teaching them ABCD or whatever the letters or the language, we should first teach them the feelings like empathy, hai, helping, hai, how to encourage others. Those all things should be part of education in our society. Shouldn't like being independent, even the boy child should be taught to be independent in doing anything, not to be ashamed of doing anything like the girl child. So don't you think all this should be taught in the school practically?
Okay, I start with the first part of being with empathy and all that. See, I'm not sure how it goes on in Ahmedabad, but very often you will find that there are pictures posted on Facebook, Instagram, where parents they celebrate their child's birthday in some orphanage, and post pictures are clicked while the child is handing over some sort of a gift and all that. Now, why? The question is, if you are actually doing something, do it. Why do it
You
in front
don't.
of the camera? Do it
Correct.
behind the camera. Do it behind the camera. If you want to do
Even the
something, do it behind the camera. If you're doing it in front of the camera and then posting it on FB and Instagram, it's a show off. So
it's a
indirectly,
show.
the parents, they are not helping in the cause. So
Correct. Correct.
empathy is not something to show off.
Correct.
It is to be taught. If just let them be there. If you're taking your child to an orphanage to celebrate his or her birthday, excellent. There is nothing that could
Correct.
have been better than this. Let
Correct.
him do
Correct.
it, or let her do what he or she does there. Let her be there. Don't just
Right.
post pictures. It
Right.
somehow demeans your endeavor, something that you're doing so well. It's an authentic job, and you just are somehow demeaning your work.
Right.
So what
Right.
we first need is to just change the mindset. The camera is something that
Hmm.
is good. The camera is something that is worst part of us.
Hmm.
The camera
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
supposed to be
Agree.
used for the good reasons. Come on, don't just waste the camera all
Correct.
the time. So
Correct.
empathy, we are supposed, not all these things that you taught, empathy, sympathy, and all that. They can be taught via, or should I say, hands-on experience through different activities, not in school. You just can't go think that you can teach someone to be sympathetic just by teaching her a few lessons of moral science. It can't happen. Hello, Shodaprabhu.
So sorry for the bad network
Yeah.
issues because of the rain. Really sorry. So yes, we were talking about the empathy and everything which school can teach. Like even encouraging others who don't succeed or who don't catch a few things while studying has to be.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening.
ચાર્જ ખતમ થઈ ગયો શું ઘડી ઘડી આ વસ્તુ અહીંયા એક વાર તો તું વચ્ચે આવી ગઈ શું પ્રોબ્લેમ છે આ
Now, I believe they are suffering from some. They're having some sort of a technical issues. I'll take. I would like to take this time to communicate with those who are online here. If anyone has any question that you would like to put forward, please do it. I'm here for your answer to answer you. If anyone has any question, I'm here to answer. At the same time, follow me on my Instagram handle, that is INR underscore nonconformist, and also do like my Facebook page and the official page there. So I'm waiting for the questions of the viewers if anyone has any. Okay, what's the theme of the new book? See, Shodapro, the theme of the new book is, see, it's a thriller. It's a thriller that is set somewhere in when the story begins. It is set somewhere in the northern part of India, northwestern part of India, and the story moves across India in different places. It A part of it is set in northern part, northwestern part. Somehow it is set in Delhi. There is a part of it set in Delhi. Then we have a part of it in Kolkata. We have a part of it set in Kalimpong, then Ahmedabad. We have it in Hyderabad. So it runs. It's more or less the story runs across India. However, the most significant events take place there in West Bengal, because practically when I live in West Bengal, I know the place and I can exploit my knowledge of the places. So I have tried to use it there. It's a thriller, and I believe, as per the reviews, the thriller is working well, and I'm waiting for the paperback. I think the paperback is going to come in the next few weeks. It was supposed to come out in April, and just because of the lockdown, I just couldn't publish the paperback. So it's going to be coming out in the next few weeks, yeah. However, the Kindle version is doing well, and you can go to the Amazon and you can see the reviews. And as of now, the reviews are too good, and something that I have not expected, since it's my first thriller. I have not expected the reviews to be so positive, but the reviews are extremely positive till now.
can hear me. Sir, I'm really, really sorry. All my viewers and Indranil, sir, the network, the weather is not allowing. I had some network issues. Okay, really sorry, sir.
Yeah, that's okay. It can happen. Network
Thank
issues
you.
are there. We have to live with it. Yeah.
Thank you for understanding. Okay, yeah, tell me. Now, again, I think we need to start with that question about teaching empathy. You know, kuch kids, they learn little late things, whichever grade they are, but they learn little things less. So, in India, probably, I don't know about foreign countries, we don't teach kids to encourage that child. Rather, usko bully karte hai, children. So don't you think all these things should be taught in the school?
Yes. See, the school can help, or the school can do its bit. It can teach
Hmm.
students, or it can help students to understand not to bully someone when someone is down, or not to bully
Hmm.
someone when someone is not doing good.
Right. Right.
But then again, see, if you just teaching someone basics, or unless it is hands on, unless they learn from it, practical experiences are going to do a world of good. Katrina, what made me that you think of penning down a thriller, moving apart from the genre that you indulge in the last two books? See, as you know, Trina, that I like thrillers. Whatever I've read since my childhood, most of it is thriller. And actually, I started when I started the Stranger She Never Met for the first time. It was not a thriller. I had a few ideas. I'm not sure how you know that, or whether you know it or not. There was a report in the newspaper. I mentioned it in the introduction part of of the book as well, that there was a report about a girl who identified Ajmal Kasab post the 2611, and she used to be bullied uh, by her by her by the other students, and even she had to face immense trouble socially as well. So when I started the story, I had that story in my mind, but as I developed, I found that this Strangers She Never Met is not going to be a social or the kind of stories that I write, uh, or I had written in the previous two cases. I thought it should better fit in as a thriller rather than as a romantic novel. It fits the style of a thriller. So I went on with the story in that way. Then came, as I had mentioned in newspapers provide me with information that I required, and still I'm reading a lot. As you know that I'm presently working on the second part of it, because Strangers She Never Met is a series. It's a two-book series. I'm presently working on the second part of it, and I'll be start penning down it from next week, I guess. If things work well, if I can cover my research properly, I'll be starting penning down from next week.
Okay, sir. Wanted to know a little more about your journey about writing as an author.
See, as an author, see, first thing I would say that my first novel, The Man Teacher's Check, it took about 3 years for me. I started writing it somewhere, I guess, in 2014, I guess. But after watching chapters, I stopped. But then again, as I said, my students provide a lot of resources to me.
Jaturi.
So as it went on, hello, Hello. I guess they're suffering from some sort of a problem once again. So I'll be accepting questions once again if anyone has any.
I guess, sir, the network is not at all allowing us to converse. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I guess this network is not at all allowing us to converse. But I'm
I
sure
can
viewers,
understand there's some issues here.
yeah, but viewers might have come to know something about you, your life, and your book. So I would like to know your where they can catch you up for knowing you a little more or about your work.
See, I would like to share that you can catch me up on my Instagram handle, NR underscore nonconformist, or on Facebook. At the same point of time, I would like to suggest that the Kindle version is available of Strangers She Never Met. Do read it, and if you like it, recommend it to your friends, and that's all I can say.
Definitely, sir. We shall follow you on your Instagram handle to know more about you and your work. And
Okay, I guess the time is up. I can't. It was extremely nice to be with you. The As you can see that the network issues are not allowing the conversation to move on. It was extremely. Uh, it was a nice experience, I would say. Bye for now. I would like to have your feedback regarding this interview on my Facebook page. I'll be streaming it live, or I'll be streaming the same interview. Do take a look at it. Bye for now. Thank you.